In 2019, I started painting. There was like no reason except I found that little Camlin watercolor box. It was really cheap and I bought one and I started painting. And the first medium I decided to use to learn painting was watercolor, mostly because it was the cheapest and like just take a piece of paper and you start coloring. It's very easy. It started in 2019, but in 2020 when the pandemic started, I got like a lot. I started painting a lot because I was home all the time and I needed to do something. And if your college work requires you to look at a screen, you will not want to look at a screen afterwards. Like I used to play video games before that, but I could not after it. The year is ending. It's like early November right now when I'm recording this. And every year around November, December, I start like buying diaries and buying calendars and stuff like that to prepare myself for the next year emotionally and quite literally. So this year I decided that I haven't painted in watercolor in a while, so I am going to make a calendar with watercolor paintings. So what I did was I went online to see what I liked, what kind of photos, what kind of videos, and there's nothing with Pune on it. So I decided like I'll select photos that look like they could be. A few of them are from Pune, but most of them look like they could be from Pune. And I decided to make a calendar out of it. The first thing I did was I chose this paper. It's from Anupam. It's 300 GSM A5 size paper. The thing is that the shop I used to buy this from, I don't live near that shop anymore. So if I want to buy it, I went back to that shop to see if they still had that paper. They do not have that paper anymore. So if I want to buy it, I can only buy it from one specific website online, like its own specific website online. And on that website, they have A2 size watercolor paper, 300 GSM. And I'm like actually genuinely considering making like a big ass painting. How big would A2 be? Big ass painting and then sticking it like somewhere like how I stick my canvases. Because I have never made a big watercolor paintings because it's so rare to find good quality big size watercolor paper. So that's something I'm looking for, like thinking about doing. I don't know if I'll be able to undertake such a big task or not. First thing I did was I traced it out on some paper. You cannot see it, so I will scan this for you. I left a 0.5 millimeter margin from all sides. I made the grid for the dates first because I needed to understand how much space will be left for the painting. So the painting would have been made in whatever remnant area was available after the space for the calendar had been taken out. So the calendar's here. On the top I've left a 2 centimeter gap so that when I do spiral bind it, or whatever method of combination of binding I use, we will have like space on top for that. And in the end, what I ended up with was like the 14 centimeter width that we have, and 1.5 above 5 rows of the calendar, and then 10 centimeters of the painting. So almost every painting is 10 by 14 centimeters. First thing I did was I looked for a bunch of photos, and I think I chose like 20-30, and then I narrowed it down to 12. And then I tried to match every month with a photo, like what suits which month, what do we eat in which month, which of the photos matches with what activities we do in that specific month. So I can't decide the order for these. Pomegranates, they're available from September to November, so it should be somewhere around here. September and October are mostly when the festivals happen, but the harvesting of it happens, throughout this part of the year. Wait, no, not that, but not just there. But I do need this to be before this, and I need this to be either here or I need it to be in January, February. That can be anywhere. That has to be in a winter. This one, too, have to be in a winter season. And those butterflies, they come out mostly in summer, so that has to be in a summer one, but it's currently in February, so I need to reorder them in a way that makes more sense. Okay, yeah, I decided this is the final layout. I changed a few stuff, but yeah, I'm much happier with this. And I kept like reshuffling it in hopes of trying to figure out which one suited it the best, at least in my head. It probably won't match it in everyone else's head, but it did in mine. And then I started painting. Let me show you all of them one by one. I'll add like I'll scan it and add it to my one of my sites. January, this is a photo from Monday. That's in Pune. I have not been there a lot. I used to go there like every week when I was younger, but like as I've grown older, I just don't go there as often since like the size of family we had back then, it was more economical to buy from Monday because a lot of groceries had to be bought and then a lot of it had to be used, and then it went over. Like now it's like 2 people, 3 people in the house, so what am I going to do with that? Second is bangles. I wish I could explain like how very quintessential it is to my existence, bangles, because I have them on right now. Like that's the way of life. So I decided to make. I have 2 of them. The bangle paintings. I have 2 bangle paintings. So I decided to make this bangle on a metal stand, which is not what we use usually because we don't have just these many bangles. We have like boxes and boxes and boxes of bangles. But still, it's nice to add bangles. March is around the time when rain starts happening in Pune. So I made jalebi for it. I tried to give it like a newspaper effect under it. I don't think I was successful in that, but it does look nice. So March is jalebi because it rains and it's March. April is an auto. April is right before the sun starts to try to kill you. This because the sun will try to kill you in summer, but like right before that, in the beginning, it's getting slightly warm, and I spend so much time. You are so aware of the increasing heat when you are in an auto. So I did a painting of the inside view of an auto because that's what it looks like when you are in an auto. May, the first mistake I made. Okay, so here's the butterfly that we see everywhere in India. It's called, I forgot the name. Let me Google it. Okay, it's called the clouded yellow. It's everywhere. It is everywhere in summer. But that's the kind of unfortunate because I really like how it looks, but you don't see it in the non-laser sun months. You only see it in the months when the sun is trying to kill you. June, I decided to make it a woman painting. This is the second mistake I made. I think I just made these 2 mistakes one after the other, in which I messed up her face. I wish so I can draw faces up close, but I'm not very good with drawing faces far away, so I'm not sure. I like the colors of this one, but I don't like what I did. It's still nice though. I did this for June because June gets hot. June gets quite hot. I think that's around peak summer for us. After this, rain starts again by mid-July. So I did June with water because we go to water in June. You have to. I bathe thrice a day. I wake up, I go out to work, I come back, I bathe. Before sleeping, I bathe again. So I decided to do something with water because I feel like I waste more water in June than in any other month. July is when rain starts again, so I did some spicy food because again, when rain starts, we will start eating spicy food. The thing with Pune is that the rain rarely ever completely stops. Even in the full summer months, it'll rain and it'll be hot when it's raining and it'll be hot after it's raining, but now it's humid and hot. So I can't really tell you which are the monsoon months because every month is the monsoon month. August, I took this painting from this is Kashmir. This is not Pune. This is nowhere near Pune. This is Kashmir, but this is somewhere. It looks exactly like this lake I went to in Nahan in Uttarakhand. I think it's Kashmir because of the clothing. The clothing in my reference picture was traditional Kashmiri clothing. But so this looks like the place I went to in Nahan, Uttarakhand. We had this fancy restaurant nearby and we ate there and we watched the water, and this is pretty much exactly what it looked like. September and October. Actually, I think I'll tell you both of these months, because October has Diwali, Dashera. Like a lot of festivals happen in September and October, and I was thinking of making one of them like firecrackers. But the thing with watercolor is making light on dark is much harder to do, and it's not as intense. So I decided to make both of them marigold flowers, because these are like the holiday months, these are the festival months, and most importantly, on every festival we have like this piles of marigold being sold on the road, almost every festival. So in September I've shown it being harvested, in October I've shown it being sold by one of those people who has like leaves and flowers, and they make like the mala out of it. September and October I decided to add flowers to it. I kind of regret not adding other flowers to it, rather than like I wish I'd done like a diya or something, but like a diya is like a little too on the nose, and I don't like it when things are that on the nose. November is pomegranates. So I think October, November. Yeah, October, November are the main pomegranate season, when you start buying pomegranates at shops. And I like pomegranates a lot, and like I only get to eat it like 2-3 months a year, so I thought I'd like commemorate it by adding a whole month where you can have pomegranates. And by November the pomegranate quality kind of dips. In October there are better pomegranates, but in October you have Diwali, and it doesn't seem right to give this October to anything other than a religious painting. Like not really religious painting, but like semi-religious painting. Is this painting of earrings, balis to be specific. I don't have them on right now. Balis and more bangles. Because December honestly is the shopping month for me personally, because my birthday is right after, in my like early January. So December I do shopping a lot, and so those are the 12 months. I have them on loose right now, because I made the cover very plain with like 2026 with what date each row signifies, because you won't see this. Like you won't see this page, it will go immediately at the start of the month. So I intend to spiral bind it, but I don't want to cut out like the circle that you have to cut out for the loop to be in it. So I am trying to decide what to do. One of the things I considered was spiral bind the whole thing and make the loop outside and really long, so that I may change the dates. One of the other things that I was considering is just, so I have this cardboard that I intend to put at the back of it, that I can just make like a stand out of that. But yeah, I haven't decided what to do with that yet. This took me like a week, 2 weeks to do. Life is really good when you're not scrolling on your phone. Life is really good. Unfortunately, I am scrolling on my phone all the time. It's a problem. The biggest way to stop phone scrolling is to record what you're doing with the phone. You can delete it afterwards, but like as long as you're recording, you won't be on the phone. Like what if it's a good shot? What if I'm wasting a good shot? It works for me. Like it might work for someone else. I can't decide what to do next, like what my next project should be. I'm thinking knitting, sewing, painting, something. I have no idea. I need to get this file by net first. New Year's gonna start. I will scan this and I will upload a PDF. Okay, bye.
What the dog doing?
It's here. January.